assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the Army, his first field name, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge were not changed for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. The drill is the salute. Since early times, men of arms have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continues in all modern militaries, which carry their traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the airmen presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting is made. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a combat and honorable profession of arms. To maintain a proper form of respect, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times when you will be asked to stand. The amputation, playing of the national anthem, ruffles and flourishes, playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the airman's greeting. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid, our greeting. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem and as it passes during the review. Military members in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place the right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, and after the flags have passed you, you may then return your hand salute. We also ask that cell phones and other electronic devices be silenced at this time. As the flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit that applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During this oath, airmen pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution of our country. For the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you remain in place until our distinguished guests have left the reviewing stand and departed the area. Restroom facilities are located in a building on either side of the parking lot, and during this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. Please be cautious when descending and descending to bleachers. Please use handrails where available and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Finally, please do not go onto the grassy areas when taking photos during the ceremony. The flights before you today are named after Air Force pioneers who have made significant contributions to our enlisted heritage. They have special meanings of all airmen, especially those who are transitioning from civilians to warrior airmen of character. Today's graduates make up these heritage flights and will continue to shape our Air Force. And now I'd like to take a moment to inform you on specific flight locations on the Great Review. As viewed from the bleachers, from your left to your right, the first 4 heritage flights to pass in review today are from the 331st Training Squadron, Pistons, Peterson, Finch, and Smith flight. Next are Blue, Roy, and Cody flight from the 323rd Training Squadron. In the center of the parade field is the 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, Murray flight from the 321st Training Squadron. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags is from the 322nd Training Squadron, Erie flight, followed by Matthews flight from the 323rd Training Squadron. The next 2 flights are from the 322nd Training Squadron, Lawrence and Gale. The last 4 flights in passenger review today are from the 320th Training Squadron, Croy, Andrews, Parrish, and Beasley flight. At this time, please enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand at the entrance of our official corridor. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain McCaffrey.
Great God, we truly thank you for giving us this gift. together as fellow airmen, leaders, families, and friends. We rejoice that these graduates of this special day of achievement and celebration. We ask you to bless these young men and women who have given so much of themselves to arrive at this moment. Thank you for their families and the sacrifices they have made to make this day possible. We ask you to fulfill their heart with pride as they witness the fruit of their labor. We also ask that you would give to their leaders and instructors a sense of accomplishment for their faithful and dedicated service to these graduates. Grant these airmen strength that they may remain steadfast in the causes of truth, justice, and freedom. May they always bring honor to the Air Force, to their families, and to themselves. These things we ask in your holy name, and let all God's people say, Amen. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Parade. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas, Colonel William Bishop. The Superintendent, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Chris Simpson. Today's reviewing official is the Vice Commander, Air Education and Training Commander, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas, Major General Mark Anthony Brown, accompanied by his wife, Whitney. From the 37th Training Wing, the Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Jeffrey Paulson. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 58th Special Operations Wing, Brooklyn Air Force Base, New Mexico, Colonel Brenda Cartier, accompanied by her spouse, Dr. Annie Harrington. We would also like to introduce a distinguished group in attendance with us today, with the members of the Air Education and Training Command, Sergeant Commander and Spouses Course 17-C. Please stand to be recognized. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 37th Training Wing is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. The airmen who will pass and review today have completed a demanding 7.5-week program that provides Air Force units throughout the world to train airmen. Part of this training includes the time-proven concepts of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over the Enlisted Heroes Wall. They will lead the way for the thousands of airmen that will follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Solomon Bixby, Military Training Instructor, 320th Training Squad. General Brown will lead today's ceremony. instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. They include 7 Medals of Honor, 26 Air Force Crosses, and 173 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy competitors. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. Armed with the knowledge of our past, the airmen execute heroes walk by marching over a blue line, signifying their accession to the greatest air power in the world. These trainees are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and wear the appropriate currencies for our national flag. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Sullivan Rigsby, military training instructor, 320th Training Squadron, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to the 21st Training Squadron, the Drum Bugle Corps, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 14, Murray Flight, led by Signal Sergeant Jason Johnson, hometown, Phoenix, Arizona, and Master Sergeant Jonathan Carter, hometown, Chandler, Arizona. Representing a Medal of Honor recipient, Smith Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Donald Williams, hometown, Scottsboro, Alabama. Combat Action Medal recipient, Blue Flag, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Irving, hometown, Phoenix, Arizona. From the B-23rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 16, Royal Flight, led by Master Sergeant Melissa McConsistory, hometown, Decatur, Alabama. From the B-23rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 17, Cody Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Patrick Connell, hometown, Davenport, Iowa. The squadron selected as the color guard is from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Justin Alexander, hometown, Castroville, Texas. The flags selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are from the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 1, Air Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Gary Richards, hometown, Memphis, Tennessee, and Technical Sergeant Delta Padilla, hometown, Tarlac, Philippines. The B Squadron Commander is Master Sergeant Ruben Trail Sanchez, military training instructor, Beach 20th Training Squadron, hometown, Rapid City, South Dakota. From the 63rd Training Squadron, representing a Medal of Honor recipient, Matthew Flight, led by Master Sergeant Hugo Escobedo, hometown, San Antonio, Texas. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 4, Barnes Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Zachary Nelson, hometown, White Lake, Wisconsin. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 5, Gaylor Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Joseph Bixley, hometown, York, Pennsylvania. From the B-20th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 6, McCoy Flight, led by Technical Sergeant James C. Jones, hometown, Brunswick, Georgia. From the B-20th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 7, Andrews Flight, led by Technical Sergeant James McKay, hometown, Cedar Park, Texas. From the 20th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 8, Terry Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jano Adeline, hometown, Corpus Christi, Texas. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 10, Dayton Flight, led by Master Sergeant Lucinda Emerson, hometown, Frontenac, Virginia. past weeks, the Airmen Corps have transformed from civilians to motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest air force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will enter airmen duty. They will develop their critical thinking skills and further personalize the Air Force core values. They will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 130 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve in one of over 84 Air Force bases around the world for direct civil services. And the airmen move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to conduct the Air Force. These men and women are Air Force increased responsibility and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining mobilization readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military, and even a smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be proud of your accomplishments thus far. The Airmen Corps has reached a milestone in their Air Force journey which requires continued support, persistence, and future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force and will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these areas displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward with the oath of enlistment, would like to thank the States Air Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America's Airmen for the support of your airmen and the greatest air power the world has ever known. General Brown will now come forward and address our graduated airmen.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? You say, can you hear me over there? You guys hear me up here? Maybe not. Can you hear me up here? All right. Look, I am honored and privileged to be with you today and bring in the next set of airmen into the greatest Air Force in the world, bar none. Let me tell you, this is a historic place. For many, many years, for longer than there has been an Air Force. Actually, when we were part of the Army Air Corps, our roots were here, and airmen like the ones you see before you came into the United States Air Force, and that is exactly what makes us great. So believe me that today is a day of celebration, and we want you to do just that, to celebrate your airmen and the United States Air Force in this nation that we are so proud to serve in. But you know, we got to also be grateful, and I want to be grateful for a few things before I get started. First, the question is, how did they get here? How did they get here? Did they just stumble into Lackland and come through the gates? How did they get here? I would offer to you that it started many years ago before we ever met them. It started at somebody's kitchen table. It started with the example of an entire village. It started with mothers and fathers and uncles and grandparents and teachers. What I call the entire village that gave us something to work with as the United States Air Force. So if you are in that group, parents, mentors, principals, I want you to stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Started in 1986 when I came in. I'd like to believe that, but that's not true. The greatest Air Force in the world was born and bought with blood and sweat and tears of veterans. Veterans of all the services who fought in foreign wars, defended our nation and the freedom that we gather here today to celebrate. Are there any veterans here? If veterans are here, I'd like you to stand, please. Your service. Now let me tell you that what you see represented is a representative of the enlisted force of the United States Air Force. Our enlisted force, 255,000 strong, about 83% of our Air Force, is the backbone, especially the NCO Corps of the United States Air Force. We could not be the Air Force that we are without our enlisted corps, and specifically our NCO Corps. Now within our NCO Corps, that already elite force, stands a few that are a cut above. That few represent less than 3% of the enlisted corps. Those are our military training instructors. Those are the folks you see with these round hats. These are the folks that go click, click when you see them walking by you up their shoes and the taps on them. They are the first NCOs in many cases that your airmen got to meet. They got to meet those smiling faces of the military training instructors. They learned to love their military training instructors. I am so fortunate to say that our military training instructors, the best that we can offer you, the best NCOs that we can find to train you, represent exactly the example that you want to live up to. All of our MTIs, past and present, please stand. Give them a round of applause. How about it? And the best MTIs here. Now, if you would allow me a few minutes to talk to my newest comrade, my fellow airmen, my wingmen, my profession in arms, those who will die for me and I will die for them. The airmen of the United States Air Force, 7.5 weeks ago, all of you all showed up at Lackland. You weren't quite sure how this was going to work out. Everybody that came with me or isn't with you here today, but you are here. You are here because you persevered. You did it. You did it. Sometimes along the line you thought maybe I'll quit. Maybe when that first tear ran down your eye and gas came, you thought maybe I'll quit. Maybe when there was one more push-up to go, you said, I really can't do this. Or maybe when there was one more run and you were just too tired. But somehow you found it within you to persevere. Somehow you found it within you to continue to strive toward your goal. And then somewhere along the line, you stopped thinking about yourself because you knew you were going to make it. And you started thinking about the person to your left and the person to your right. I would offer to you that that's when you began to become an airman. And you said, not only will I make it, they will make it too. We will make it. We will become airmen in the United States Air Force. That, my friends, are when you began to become the United States Air Force airman. And then when they shut the lights off, you told that person next to you, don't worry, we're going to get through this. Don't worry, we'll live to fight another day. That's why you're on the parade field today. You persevered. I don't ever want you to lose that fighting spirit. I don't ever want you to lose or take one step back. Airmen, don't quit. They fight on. In a minute here, you and I are going to repeat some familiar words. We're going to say that we will support and defend. It'll seem like real words, but I want you to know as you walk down that bomb run and you went over those enlisted heroes, they said the same words. They said the same words, and then more importantly, they lived the life of an Air Force airman, and that is what you will have the opportunity to do. Now I want to ask you one simple question, my fellow airmen. Are you ready to join the ranks of the greatest Air Force in the world?